Hello folks, hope you're well. Just a quick video. Well, it's got the amount of space I've got left to do a video on this one is 12 minutes and 31 seconds, so pretty quick. Guaranteed. So anyway, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I come to an understanding the other day because you keep on getting this. I've said before that, yeah, when God was teaching me to walk as a son, you get this where, you need to learn to walk in faith, and maybe you learn to walk in faith a bit differently. But then you end up having this scoreline where you've got 12 times that you walked in faith and nothing's happened, so you're losing 12-0. Right. But according to the world, you're a complete idiot. Yeah, after the 10th one, you should have stopped. You don't continue. Because, come on, you're not learning it, it's not going to work. That's what the world would say, isn't it? But what God says is, okay, 10 times it didn't work. What are you going to do now? Are you going to go an 11th time? Okay, 11 times it didn't work. Are you going to go a 12th time? Are you going to trust in me again? Yeah, that's how God works. Okay. So, yeah. So, the other day, I heard that, because I've been speaking to God about various things, and I heard in my own mind that will happen before you're 60. And straight away, I got annoyed. I said, shut up, I don't need that anymore. For goodness sake, all it is the carrot in front of the donkey. I know this isn't God, so shut up. It's that crap that comes in your head that your mind thinks is encouraging. And I just had to come to a point of understanding that, look, if I'm going to live in a pokey, horrible little flat with a car that doesn't work, with no money to pay debts, no money to get the car sorted, and that's going to be in my life, doing videos where I get maybe 5 views on a video, but having a relationship with God, if that's it, if God is saying that's it, yeah, you went for all the crap you went for as a kid, being abused in every way you could possibly be abused in, and you were broken completely, so as an adult, I had to re-break you time and time and time and time again, and this is what it's for. Yeah, I'd say, okay. Well, because, yeah, it is what it is. You know, in the end, you can't demand. You can't be going to God and say, but surely because of what happened in the past, shouldn't I, okay, it started poorly, but it's going to finish well, yeah? And God says, well, there's no guarantee on that. Well, okay. But as I said before, the reality is, what can you do? You can't unknow what you know. Right? You can't. So all these wonderful things that God's been telling me for the past 3.5 years, I know. I can't unknow that. Any of it. None of it at all. And so if it is simply a case of me knowing this and sharing it to 6 people, and that's it, okay. If that's what God wants, and I say if what God wants is for me to share it for 6 people, and each of those people then go and share it to 100,000 people each, okay. But what can I do? Will I go to God at some point and say, are you blinking kidding me? Quite likely, yeah. Yeah, I will. Yeah. But when it comes down to it, when it ends, you're in that situation of saying, well, okay. It doesn't change anything. It can't. I know what I know. I am who I am. And that's it. as I say, that is, all of that stuff. The video I did yesterday about coming to a point of not caring about, whether people listen to that, not caring about how people see you, not caring about people, whether people believe what you're saying, because truth is truth nevertheless. Whether people understand it or believe it doesn't change whether it's true. So therefore, understanding that, coming to that point of resting in that is beautiful. Because now I'm not at the point yet, I'm coming to the point now where I can just stand. Am I there yet? Not quite. But I'm coming to the point now where I can just stand. Where I can just focus on the solution rather than the problem. Or problems. And just stand. And no matter what God wants me to go through, it won't matter. So yes, if God wants me to be in a place like this, or where I am to stay here, okay. Yeah. I know, absolutely and totally, if God wants that to happen, I can't do anything about it at all. Nothing. I can't do a blinking thing about it, so there's no point me getting that annoyed about it. Yes, when I go to him about it and say, come on. Yeah, probably quite often. But whenever I go into the kitchen and try and move something, and then all of a sudden I've got no space for anything at all, because, there just isn't space, then, I get annoyed with that. Because, when you're cooking and stuff, you've got to cut stuff, you need an area to cut stuff. But as soon as you move one thing, because you've got to put something else there later, run out of space, so you've got to do things in a certain order because you don't have space. So if you need to cut stuff, you've got to cut that first, move that into some other area, then move the thing you've got to move there, and then move that over there, then move that over there, then move that over there, and now you can continue. It's that all the time because there just isn't the space. It's titchy tiny. So, yeah. It is what it is. Yeah. As I say, with that being the case, you know what the situation is. And so, you do things as you do things. But as I say, when you know that there's nothing you can do about it, that, you may get annoyed about it sometimes, but you learn to just say, okay, it is what it is. Nothing I can do. When I get annoyed, I tend to let it out. I don't tend to try and keep it in, because keeping it in is not good. Not in any way, shape or form. Keeping it in is quite bad for you. It's not a good situation. It's going to come out at some point, so it's better to just let it out when it's coming out. When it's first there, let it out. If you need to explode a tiny bit, That's fine. That's okay. It gets it out. We are still learning, still growing, so there you go. So as I say, that's the point. Getting to the point where I can stand, and that's good. That's the whole point. Then anything's possible. So you take care. God bless. I'll speak to you soon. Enjoy. Bye-bye.